If you're an incoming freshman at the University of Chicago and you're looking for trigger warnings and safe spaces, well, the Dean of Students would like to say, you can go fuck yourself.
I don't think he said that exactly.
He didn't really say that, but he kind of implied it. John Ellison, Dean of Students at the University of Chicago, sent a letter out to incoming freshmen to let them know that the school really values academic freedom and also debates, disagreements, and basically an open area where people can share their ideas. And as a result, they are not in favor of trigger warnings or safe spaces. Let me read from his letter. He says, our commitment to academic freedom means that we do not support so-called trigger warnings. We do not cancel invited speakers because their topics might prove controversial. And we do not condone the creation of intellectual safe spaces where individuals can retreat from ideas and perspectives at odds with their own.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Hey guys, Nathyn Brandon Masters, Breakfast Club Wednesdays, and University of Chicago, holding it down for education. It's great to hear a college step up and say, no, we're not going to do the bullshit. We're going to actually do what a college is supposed to do. College is not where you go to isolate yourself from ideas. It's not a place where you go to a safe space. That's what grammar school and high school are for. You're sheltered by your parents and your teachers where they are the authority figures in your life. When you go to college, that's where you're going to explore, where you're going to learn what life will be like on your own. If you didn't do your homework in grammar school, you got some kind of punishment for it. And in high school, the same was true. As you got into because I went to college prep high school, so as you got into your senior year, your junior, senior year, things started to change a little bit. They didn't really pressure you that much to do your homework. They told you, hey, you're heading to college. Nobody's going to pressure you in college to do your homework. No one's going to do these things in college. You have to be an adult. But all the teachers broke it down to you in the same way. If you didn't do the work, you failed. You didn't do the work, you didn't get the grade. So you're going to college to learn how to be an adult, to say this is what it is in the real world. And when you went to college, you had people you liked, you had people you didn't like. It was not the college's point to get into your social life, to get into your business, unless something really bad happened and it happened on the college campus. And if it was a legal issue, they would turn that over to the police. If there was something, a law that was broken, they would turn that over to the police. It was not the college, it was not their issue to handle that kind of thing. And there were no safe spaces. If you were in a classroom and you didn't like what was being discussed, you were free to get up and leave. Our campus had conservative groups, liberal groups, Christian groups, groups of other faiths. You were really kind of thrown out there. And I went to Columbia College here in Chicago. So that was an arts and entertainment college. So, you were just kind of thrown in there. And when you were thrown in there, you had to deal with it. I don't think the students today that are going to these colleges are getting educated in how to deal with life. Their assumption is, if there's something I don't like, it has to be changed, and it has to be changed immediately. I get together with a group of people, we go and we say, change this or else. You cannot have hard science anymore in situations where students are saying, well, we don't like looking at these issues. We don't like looking at this data. We don't like looking at this stuff. It may conflict with my ideology. Versus back in my day where you could set in on many different ideas and you almost had to, because if you were a theist, if you were someone who believed in God, they didn't stop and say, oh, well, you believe in God, so we're going to change our class to accommodate you. As a matter of fact, certain schools in the South are trying to teach things that are religious for science. And we all look at that and say, but that's not science. That's in-your-face religion. That's not what should be taught in science class. At the same time, in college, you were exposed to people, particularly in the arts classes, who simply did not have the beliefs you had. Okay? It was just the way it was. Can you imagine what would have happened if I had walked into my college science teacher's class and regaled him with the Bible's creation story and how that needed to be taught in science class? Can you imagine if I told my teacher, your science, I don't know, that doesn't set well with my feelings. I don't know. My teacher, my high school science teacher, would have laughed at me, okay? We didn't even have to get to science. Like, we didn't even have to get to college science. My high school science teacher would have laughed at me, and he was teaching at a religious high school, okay? Now we have people who are saying, hey, we have these other ideas that need to be explored, and they're the only ideas that should be explored. They're not even scientific. They're simply ideas that we like. And we can now march into classes and tell teachers, you can't teach these things. You can't teach this way. I really think more colleges need to step up and say, hey, no, we're not taking this. This is a place where we're going to teach you and we're going to instruct you how to survive in the real world. And in the real world, you're going to meet people who don't have the same opinions that you have, and you're going to have to deal with it. So, all right, guys. Bionic Dance is up tomorrow. You take it easy. Nathyn Brandon Masters, Oscar.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.